the swearing in, the timing of the swearing in is being held hostage, if you will, by the situation in the Republican caucus, it being in turmoil with who's going to be, the next speaker. He's facing headwind from the right flank of the caucus. What do you make of what's going on with Kevin McCarthy in that drama?
So let me start once again with gratitude for the people of Rhode Island. I'm honored by the opportunity to represent our state in Congress and determined to do a good job being that voice for Rhode Island. Yeah, it's an interesting first day here for sure. For the first time in 100 years, we may have a speakership vote that is not decided on the first ballot. I'm going to be voting for Hakeem Jeffries to be Speaker of the House. Hakeem Jeffries from New York. He's the Democratic leader. I think he's terrific, and I think he would make a terrific speaker, although obviously with the Democrats in the minority, that's unlikely to happen. On the Republican side, though, as you note, they seem to be having a hard time deciding who they want the Speaker of the House to be. At this point, as of 11:30 on Tuesday, Kevin McCarthy does not have the votes. There's a small group of really hardline extreme Republicans that are refusing to vote for him. This is like Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert, the really fringe right. And it's concerning because people sent us here to do a job. They expect government to work. And the fact that the Republicans are in this much disarray on day one, I think is concerning to people. I'm also concerned because if the extreme far right of the Republican caucus are able to exert this much influence over a leadership election, then they could be able to exert similar influence on issues that matter to people like Social Security, Medicare, abortion rights, marriage equality. And so we really have to keep an eye on making sure that the far right extreme fringe in the Republican caucus isn't able to exert as much influence going forward. And we need to be prepared to stand up for Rhode Island values, which run counter to that.
I know you're just getting your feet wet right now, but with all of that in turmoil, do you have a sense as to how it's going to affect the basic blocking and tackling that Congress has to do to keep government running?
Yeah. So really nothing can start until we elect a speaker. We can't pass a budget. We can't start committee work. The basic nuts and bolts of the government functioning doesn't begin until a speaker is elected. And in order for someone to be elected speaker, they have to receive a majority of the votes that are cast in the chamber. It's not just who gets the most votes, you need a majority. And if no one has a majority on the first vote, then we keep voting over and over and over again until somebody does get a majority. And so, yeah, I think what we're seeing already on day one is real dysfunction among the Republicans in the House majority. And that is ominous and I think concerning as to what the next 2 years are going to look like. But listen, I'm still determined to try to make the best of the situation. And I do want to find reasonable Republicans who are willing to work across the aisle with a Democrat like me to try to get things done on issues that people care about. And hopefully after this leadership drama settles, we'll be able to find opportunities to do that.
When did you move into your office?
About an hour ago. So we're just getting settled. See, the shelves are still empty.
And what do you make of your new digs and the setup there?
It's great. I am excited to welcome Rhode Islanders to Washington. If you're visiting, please give us a call. Come see us. We're in the Longworth House Office Building, Office 1218, and we look forward to welcoming Rhode Islanders to our nation's capital. Yeah, we've got a lot of family here. We've got 15 family members who are here in DC, which is very nice. I'm told that I'm allowed to bring Max, my 14-month-old son, onto the floor with me. So I'm excited for that, as long as the schedule works with his nap time. And it's a very special day and a historic day. And I'm very honored by the opportunity to be here.